Hello everyone. I thought I would do another one of those matchup analysis videos, and this time I'll be doing a voiceover instead of putting the text at the bottom. Um, as you can see that I'm playing on my alt account. That's because I want to have another account in Masters Evo-ish, and with the season ending or split ending, like there's no point in playing on my main anymore, so I'll do what I can here to boost the MMR for the next season. Don't worry though, this is still played in a low diamond elo, so around diamond 3-ish. I think the matchup itself is not too bad. It's just making sure you don't get hit by his E, which isn't all that hard if we have E. But anyways, let's get into it. Oh, and help me reach my goal of 1,000 subs by June, please. So level 1, a lot has happened actually. He was in our jungle for some reason, and he ended up wasting a flash for that. Everyone's starting red, and we know that Yi is starting red as well, so that's something to keep in mind. If he's shoving, then we try to match him. There's no need to like specifically shove in this matchup. We want to keep the wave energy in state. He's a bit scared of us, but that's okay.
The spirit realm is strange, a mirror, an inverse of our own.
Just keeping a slow push is fine here. Once we get in his range though, make sure to use W first and then Q, because if he's already in that Q range, he probably can't get out of it. So W him, and then when he tries to trade back with us, that's when we Q him. So as you saw there, the Q damage ended up blocking, or the W ended up blocking his auto and passive. We see Yi is ganking mid here, and so that proves our theory that Yi started red. And then we put this ward down here because we have the priority, so we have time to do that. We did end up losing 1 minion in XP, but that's not a big deal. We do spot Yi doing that, and the reason why we didn't meet Yi immediately is because he was on wolves, so that gives us enough time. Here I make a mistake, accidentally got hit by turret there, so that kind of sucks. If I didn't, it was probably a pretty good trade. Now we know Yi is gonna be on Scuttle Crab most likely, but then he ends up going for 1 HP Varus that somehow solo killed Yasuo. I won't question that too much, but it's all fun. We know Yi still has to come back up later, so we want to try to just slow push this last little bit here.
The road to ruin, I've walked it once before. Storm of blades.
And chances are he's not gonna gank us because it's early game Yi. Unless we're 1 HP, which we aren't, and this is a pretty good position to 1v2 if he does choose to come. Instead though, we end up spotting Yi on Braum, and Hecrium decides to invade because I have pressure, I have pile, and he's also just here to help. I wanted to steal the Gromp there, I missed, but that's okay. So we focus E, Urgot rotates, and then I run out of E, but luckily Hecrium survives. And then flash Q, auto, Q, W, and we get the double kill. Just quickly shove out the wave. And another thing I missed is that Urgot, I think, used TP to get back to lane after flashing. Or if not, then I don't know why he doesn't TP this. I realized that it might be a bad timing to base in that bush because he might be coming back, so I decided to walk a bit further. I was gonna TP back anyways, most likely. After basing here, we get Berserker Greaves and Recurve Bow. TP to lane, Urgot also shows up. At this point, you can argue that the lane is already won. I have to play it really poorly to actually lose. When we have the advantage, we want to deny minions. So try not to push too hard, or like you can try to push and create like a slow push towards you. I hit 6, so I immediately go in there. Just use E first and then E back because we were running out of time. And then Urgot misses another huge wave. At this point, you can even start proxying if you really wanted. But then I ended up just getting plates and held Hecrium with Void Grubs, I believe. But you can see though, like, we're pretty ahead. 47 CS, 6 minutes, and 3 kills. I know it may seem like, oh, you already got 2 kills in the early game. Like, how is this even... Like, what are the chances of this actually happening in our game? It's not that practical for use. I get that, but like, you have to think about how we were able to create opportunity for ourselves to create that double kill. Like, imagine if we didn't have that ward on Yee's blue and Gromp. I don't think we would ever gone for that in mid. Urgot is coming back soon, so we'll just keep the wave even. And last hit, it's gonna slow push into him, but I think we can look for base or something similar after. Turns out Urgot was in the bush the whole time, but no big deal. I want to shove this and then look for a base.
What does one do with an abundance of masks?
Here I was thinking that since Yi is coming back soon after his blue side, or since his blue side's up again, I could like sit in a bush and wait for him, and then I recall just in case he chooses not to come. But I feel like Urgot was coming too, so I decided to just not. Yeah, and Urgot shows up, so they were planning to catch me there. So instead I leave and then clear the wave again, and then we will have just enough money for something. I think it's Kraken? I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I played this. Oh, not quite. Just Moon River and a Book of Agility. Come back, we don't miss any minions, so that's always good. Well, XP wise at least. Not sure if Urgot based again. Oh, sorry. Not sure if Urgot based, but the chances are he did because he just crashed the wave and there's really nothing he can do other than leave. So, started doing that there. But then it turns out he was mid. So, I did there. My bad. I don't think there was any point in rotating though because chances are the fight was over by the time I got there. But I thought he would just be basing instead of roaming there. But it's fine, we pretty much have that much plates. He TP's back to lane and we get 4 plates here with along with Void Grubs. Just before the E hits us, we click E again to cancel out the CC effect. And just like that, we have like almost 10 CS per minute and a lot of plates. A lot of kills, and pretty ahead. Shove it in. I wanted to just go and clear that red. Place another ward on that. I thought it wouldn't get in range to be honest, but it did, but whatever. Since wave is down, I was gonna go get Scuttle first, but I guess Void Grubs are more important, so I go for that first. Chances are Urgot isn't like too keen on shoving the wave, but I think he thought I based or something, so he decides to shove it here. There was no point in me infusing it because I would be having to use it for a long time for minions to get here. And, end up just doing that. look around for Urgot, see if he's there. Uh, Hecrium ends up getting caught, or finds a bunch of people in the river, and I was gonna come rotate, but then he's like, it's too many people. So we just both base, now we have enough for Kraken and the pickaxe. Okay, in this matchup, I think it's probably better to go Bork, but the reason why I chose to do Kraken first is because we're really ahead, and at the end of the day, I think Kraken just does more damage. Since it's an ulti count though, I just go Bork here. I generally don't like to do this build because in teamfights, it feels very weak when you target a bunch of people with your ult. Like the damage just doesn't compare to IE, because Bork and Kraken together, they're really more of a dueling item set than for teamfights, which kind of annoys me because I rely on those big ults to turn teamfights around. What I did there is a little trick to get the wave to be pushing towards you. As you can see, I have a slight minion advantage, but that's gone after I decided to last hit. So then I realized I might as well just keep shoving. I wanted to like see if I stalled long enough for him to base, and turns out he did, because he thought I was just gonna keep pulling the wave there. First turret, another 400 gold.
Rare is the person who shows their true face.
Yasuo finds Varus, so then I hide in the bush to make him think that I'm not there. He goes in on Varus and just barely makes it out. Messed up on the Q flash there. I wanted to flash Q onto Yasuo, but it ended up being Amelia. Come mid to cover for Varus, clear out the wave. I'm not too worried if Urgot is like shoving mid. Turns out he wanted to rotate, drag backwards, and then target two people with our ult. Yeah. Team was able to rotate on time just for that. Well, there's a lot of people, and if they try to E on you, just always E backwards. The range is about the same there, so it will never get hit by the CC. Now we're doing Herald because of our overwhelming advantage. As you can see, I've already hit Bork and Kraken, and you'll see how much damage it does later.
To save someone, you must fight.
One thing you have to always keep in mind for the Urgot matchup is that always be wary of his flash E range. I don't know, that was just for fun. If I hit him, I hit him. If not, that's alright too. But you can see I immediately E back before his E hit me, so that way when it actually connects, I can just base. Urgot walking up like this signals that someone's here, and honestly, I was pretty confident until I died. But the flash E, I did not keep in mind of that. I had been thinking about it earlier during that mid skirmish and every other time, but then I ended up missing that when I ended up missing that when that last fight happened. I think one way to think about it is that like this ability is obviously not hitting me. Like, what are the chances that a diamond player is so bad with his champion that he still doesn't know the range after a million mastery points? Or he's gonna flash R or flash E at you. Chances are he's gonna flash E at you, so we might as well do that. Keep in mind though, in like really high elo, people will often fake that, like they'll intentionally do that to get your flash out. Here, get blue ward, we catch him in the bush. This is why I say always check the bushes, unless you're pretty certain they're not there. I had a feeling he was there, so I decided to check the bush, and what do you know? Free kill. Get to push with Herald. Just bang. Yasuo I decided to just dive because we are so fed. We almost died. Well, Hecarim almost died because he got hit by the R on our turret. But I was pretty confident. I cancelled, I E back just before it hit me. Drag it backwards, auto him. Save your Q3 for when he Qs because chances are he was gonna, uh, try to match that timing. And then as soon as I see the animation, sidestep. The easiest way to do it. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty goofy this game. Pretty toxic, cringe way of playing. I'm sorry for that. I don't usually do this. If you watch my videos, you'll know that. Since we have Bork and a Kraken, I decided that the extra damage from the IE is not actually necessary here, so I instead opt for Shield Bow. Maybe it's not that good to sell the Doran's Blade, but I was thinking that I might as well get the extra crit chance since it's not 100 yet. I think they catch E here. Here I was thinking of diving Yasuo again. Don't risk it, I'd say. If like you see his E or something coming, or any CC abilities, don't risk it, because that's how you usually die. You don't even know how. I see that no one's really on me right now, so I decided to keep splitting bot lane, and I'm pretty confident that I could beat a whole lot of them. Like 2 to 3 should be okay. Sit in the bush for a little bit. I don't think Urgot was gonna walk up. I think it was more likely that he was gonna base, so it's fine here. This part's actually pretty boring. It's just me repeatedly shoving onto these guys and then spamming emotes on them while they're trying to kill me. But when he did it like that, I thought he was for sure gonna try to EQ me, so I E out of his range. But then he held it, so when he Q'd at me, I E back just before it airbornes me, so he doesn't get the ult off. And honestly, I like this because I'm getting solo XP while the rest of them are like sharing lane. When he E's on you, just Q, and then Q out of his Q because I think Blitzcrank auto the minion there, and he also misses the Qs. Flash Q, double R, Q, auto. He back, Blitzcrank blocks it for me, and nice. I don't know. I was feeling toxic because I'm losing on my main. I'm a sore loser. I'm super fed at this point, so I was like, let's get Jack Show, but then I realized I don't have like stats to boost it. So then at the end of the day, I thought GA was the best item. And even though it was right there, I still typed GA, but whatever. Game's almost over at this point. I think we did pretty good. Kept up our CS to help our team out when we could. Urgot says that he got hit even though he wasn't in the ult. Technically, it covered the entirety of Yone, including his model, so I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what to say about that. Once we have Baron though, 4-1 is very good macro-wise. It's generally not good to 5-man push. However though, we start team fighting. No big deal though. I apply pressure. Maybe they should have waited for me to actually get onto the turret, or side lane, closer to the enemy turret before pushing, but no big deal. We're still up 11 kills. It's a very won game. Hard to throw even. They come in. As you can see, I'm already up 3 levels from this guy. I'm not sure why Blitzcrank didn't go in there. We go in hard on this. Take a bunch of damage because I thought I would be queuing Yasuo, but Blitzcrank ended up pulling him back. We lose Hecarim here because it was honestly a bad engage. We had no Varus, we had no Lucian, and they had three people with more CC than us, and he also used all way too early. I wasn't able to help him with that either. So yeah, I just tried to play Bush. For some reason, I thought I clicked R earlier, but then it didn't go through, which ended up making me miss Caitlyn. Like, I knew that she was gonna be back whenever I queued her, so I would immediately follow up with the R, but then maybe my hand slipped or something and I didn't click it. If you say I'm looking for excuses, bro. Also, I TP here because I don't want Yi to get fed, just an annoying champion. But you can see here how close it was. Like, okay, that wasn't that close, but it was pretty close considering I'm 3 items with like 3.5 items and also up 3 levels. Like, if he was same level, same items, I would definitely die there. So we get GA, and then thinking for last item, I go for I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just go for some type of armor item because they have nothing but AD, and I decided to go for Red Moon's Omen because all of them, or there's 2 crit with Yasuo and Caitlyn, so I decided that Red Moon's is probably a good item. He also had a certain amount of crit too. We wanted to wait in bush to see if we can like catch them and then engage and end the game. But Yi, I think at this point is trolling. I'm not too sure what he's doing. But I ended up just egoing it. You shouldn't do this. You should probably like back off when you see that there's 3 people. So Q are all 3 of them, and then we nuke the Caitlyn, and then EQ the Milio to kill the Milio, because if we don't kill her, then she's gonna give a lot of support to Urgot, and then with the 3 of them, 4 of them dead, we just end the game and they FF. GG's. Yeah, that's all for today. If there's more stuff or if there's any questions, you can ask them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.